of my friends say, girl, you better take care.
Community, welcome for stepping in. Welcome for being a part of something that's growing, we're going to try and make it larger than life. Why is that, people? The channel is about you. It's not about me. It's not about the Democrats. It's not about the Republicans. It's about you. And to all the subscribers, shout out. We love you. There's no other way to put it but to give you a round of applause. Y'all have been a reckoning. Y'all have grown the channel, and it's continued to grow. We want to get it monetized to build it up, so even some of those funds could be put in a retainer thing so we can give back to our people. When I say our people, it don't just mean this here. You can be Puerto Rican, you can be Mexican, like I said before. You can be white, you can be black. It doesn't matter. But what we look for, if you've done things right. If you vested and you come up with it the right way, welcome my brother, welcome my sister. You know what I'm saying? I don't see color. I like eyes. I like blue eyes, and gray eyes, cat eyes. I like eyes. But that makes me prejudiced, and I'm prejudiced. But I think it's a beauty in that. Judges, we voted for a president to run the country. Voted for a president that was for the people. And we got nothing but illegal judges. Never did like them. And I really don't like them now, because who are they to say over the president that almost 80,000 people voted for? 80 million people voted for. And he makes the decisions. We don't even know his name. That's like Kamala running for president, and nobody even voted on nothing. But I love John Kennedy because the way he flows, it's so great. From the hip. And he don't dip. It's a real man's man. He tells it like it is. And this is great. Y'all, let's just take a clip. I love listening to him. There's a lot we can learn from this man. A lot.
You're not allowed to fire bad employees, to fire bad teachers, cut wasteful spending, deport illegal immigrants, oppose MS-13, like cops, prosecute thieves who steal less than $950, question vaccines, oppose sex change operations for minors, or transgender people in women's bathrooms or playing women's sports, oppose critical race theory in our schools. You're not allowed to oppose reading porn to grade schoolers. You're not allowed to oppose racial quotas, but you are required to use certain pronouns and to believe that men can breastfeed. If you're a...
Oh, Lord. Woo! Men can breastfeed. And their ladies, y'all, is men can have babies. If Democrats are demoralizing the man, we don't exist no more. We're not needed for anything. And they want us to be in submission to them. And it's so sad. And the judges, LGBT club, whatever you call it, they're all behind this. 110%. They believe in it. They stand up for it. And this is the basis of their grounds. This is what they stand for. In some clips back, I played this clip, and if you listen to her, some people I play over, but if you listen to her, it makes a lot of sense what she's talking about. And the stuff John Kennedy was talking about is ludicrous, crazy. What I care about a gay party across the world, what I care about having men want to be women. You want to be a woman? Be a woman. Stay away from me with it. You want to breastfeed? Democrats, y'all crazy. Anyway, whoa. And y'all, aren't they ready to die for this? Die for it. And the illegal people that are here taking your money, your food, your jobs, your cars, your financial stability, ruining your country, which Jello brain let come over here. The rest of y'all Jello brains too, because you gelling out, wiggling, right with it, just wiggling on down. Oh boy, Biden got this thing, just wiggle. Every time you see them, it's wiggling over, Democrats wiggling. So, it's, I keep saying make it make sense to me, because I'm trying, if there's some common sense in it, let me know. I even have a few subscribers that hit me up. I'm not mad at them. Everybody has a certain way to explain things, and I don't take my terms, I don't take theirs. I explain it in a natural way to make it make sense. Fire back at me, tell me. If it makes sense, I say, oh, I can't see that. But shutting down a government because you mad you didn't win, they said it's going to be easiest turnover of power between two people you've ever seen. Biden tried to destroy Trump every week. He just giving money out right and left. And the hatred they have. Boy, Bible ain't lying. Money is the root of all evil. Whew. Boy, let's check her out again, y'all, and get a view of where we at.
Hi, you should be so excited today because our Supreme Court, in a 6-3 decision, they said that universal injunctions likely exceed the equitable authority that Congress has given to federal courts. In other words, they said that the district courts had likely exceeded their authority to override decisions by the President of the United States. And I'm sure that you probably are as tired of it as I am, but every time President Trump or his cabinet get ready to institute something, you have some random district court judge that rules against them. Now, in my lifetime, I don't ever remember that happening, but what was going on is that you had a group of people who lost an election in November, and because they lost an election and they also lost the House and the Senate, they were going to rule our country through district courts. Now,
this 6-3 ruling restores American democracy. So President Trump, over the last 5 months, had more nationwide injunctions issued against him than were issued in the 100 years of the 20th century. Most of these nationwide injunctions have come from a small handful of very hard left district court judges in just 4 or 5 cities like Los Angeles, Boston, San Francisco, Chicago. No one in America consented to be ruled by a district court judge in Chicago or Manhattan or Los Angeles or San Francisco. They elected one American president to run the executive branch. Today, the Supreme Court has said President Trump is the one in charge of the executive branch. The Department of Defense, Department of Justice, Department of Homeland Security. That is how our democracy works. Every 4 years, we go to the polls and we elect a president. We do not elect a Marxist judge in a far-left city to rule over us. And that's what the Supreme Court said today.
Now, let me explain this to you. There are 677 district courts. So can you imagine? Now, these are federal judges, but they were not elected by anyone. As a matter of fact, they are selected by the president, and then they are approved or by the Senate. Now, imagine 677 people having the right to overturn something that the president had said. They have never done this before. This was something new, and it also follows a trend. When we saw, and we're seeing even more so right now, that we had no one running our government for the last 2, maybe 4 years. We have no idea who was really running our government. And so when they lost in November, since they lost the House and the Senate and the presidency, they were going to run our country through district court judges. Again, 677 of them. Now, some of them were appointed by President Trump when he was in office before. But by and large, these judges that made these decisions that went against the president and his cabinet, they were really from 5 different jurisdictions. And you know, it's the normal jurisdictions. And now, if you look at this map, you'll see how our country is divided into different districts. And with those districts, you have district court judges, and normally they rule, this is the way it's always been done, they rule on cases that are brought before them. They do not have a universal reach where they can go and rule on something all over the country. They definitely were not supposed to rule against something that the president had decided. This is why they were called rogue judges, because they were doing something that they have never done before. And the scary part about it is these federal judges have lifetime appointments. They're there for a lifetime. Unless they do something, they can be impeached. This was major, and it was really major because let me show you some of the things that they had stopped the president from doing. In birthright citizenship, they cut off funding to sanctuary cities. They ruled against it. They had suspended refugee resettlement. They had ruled against that. Freezing unnecessary federal spending. When President Trump and Secretary of State, when they said the USAID, they were going to cut their funding, a majority of their funding, they had a district court judge that ruled against that. How do you rule against cutting waste and fraud? That is something that everyone should be asking and looking into these judges and saying, why would you not want us to stop fraud and corruption? So this was major. They also stopped taxpayer-funded transgender surgeries. They even ruled against that. So you had these district court judges from basically 5 different jurisdictions that were ruling against decisions that were made by the President of the United States. And this is so important because it shows that you had what we call a rogue group of people that were just doing whatever they wanted to do. When they lost at the polls last November, they said, I don't care that we lost, we're going to rule the way we want to rule. And you understand how big this is. And I'm going to give you an analogy. This ruling is just like the mayor from Dallas cannot make a decision on what goes on in Chicago. That's because his jurisdiction is the city of Dallas. And it is not Chicago, and it surely is not to stop something that the President of the United States says. So you can imagine someone can get out of control, and because they're in one position, they can usurp the authority of the duly elected president. And this is what we have. And it's really a shame that 6 months has been wasted and the Supreme Court had to vote on something or had to rule on something that was always the law. Hi, I just wanted your help with...
I just want your help with something. That we have to be aware of the stolen acts of these rogue judges. This is something out of the context. This is something that has never been done before. And they are mad. I never seen a person hated so much. Hated. Letitia James, 300 years in jail. Here her big behind's doing the same thing that she said Trump was doing, but 10 times worse. And as a criminal in her area, in her homes, protecting. Sitting in court, I remember sitting there with a big behind, just a grinning, with that KSI she's got. You know what I'm saying? And it's terrible. And these are the things that we have to deal with. These people don't care about us. Like Biden said, if you're a Republican, you're dirt, you're trash. You need to put a target on our back. And people are doing it. But for one thing, I'm going to tell y'all again, though Republicans aren't being facetious, vicious, and mean, don't mean you can kick the laying dog too long. People are tired of a lot of stuff. So if you think you're going to go out there and rob Target and Walmart, you're hurting us too. Because the normal people that go in there and shop and buy, that try and do it the right way, they can close. Hey, Walmart's got plenty of money. So does Target. They can move that store right out of that area. They can make it where you come into the store single file. Take you all day to just get something to eat. See, y'all ain't hip to a lot of things. I remember when we had to go downtown, stand in line to get government cheese, mashed potatoes, big old pound can of peanut butter, powdered milk, and if you're lucky, you got flour, powdered eggs, wasn't no fresh eggs, and a bag of beans. Keep up what you're doing. See, you young people ain't face nothing. Y'all think y'all just run in there and run over people. Big Daddy here to tell you something. Like I say, been there, done that. And you want to make things so volatile and worse for us by not abiding by the law. And on top of that, you can get yourself hurt or wipe clean. And you know what I mean. It ain't worth it. But instead of us putting away even $25 a week, $10 a week, $20 a week, you got to be worth, your net worth's got to be worth something. What are you worth? $100 a week out of your paycheck if you can afford it? It adds up. It adds up. And you have something. Now, one of you probably got money put away for your rent. And you know your rent's $1,400, $1,500, $1,600, $2,500 a month. Paycheck to paycheck. Two of y'all working. One of you working 2 jobs. The other one working 1, taking care of the child. It's on you, brother. It ain't a white man's fault. It ain't the government's fault. It's on you. And now things ain't going your way. You want to lash out. Because all the Democrats do is give, give, give. See how they trying to win their votes? Give, give, give. But they found out to get everybody over here with all the busing and trafficking and stuff, they needed more money. So they dug into your money and my money. I'm tired. Everybody's tired. And when people are tired, they're not going to keep taking. I see people on TikTok talking about watch out for your grandma and your grandpa. You mean to tell me you don't stoop that low and take from an old person that's on a cane or can't walk around or can't subdue things themselves. That's a target for you. Okay, I'm gonna leave this point with y'all. I don't even want to talk about it because it upsets me. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel, y'all. Remember, on reaching us, it's SHLR Stealth Info 1. And we love y'all. The channel is growing. I'm very proud of y'all. Hands off to y'all. Continue putting one foot in front of the other. And I'm always here for you. As y'all know through the comments, we can read one another's comments. Big Daddy ain't gonna leave you. I got your back. And I'm strongly held on building this channel and growing it so we can take care of one another. And others too, you know, if it equivalents to that. Do your due diligence, stay prayed up, ask God for direction, believe in yourself, and believe in the purpose. See you later.